Hello and welcome to Instrument Maintenance and Care. Today we're going to be focusing on cleaning and maintaining the integrity of a concert trombone. This here is an Eastman trombone by Bach, and today we're going to be focusing on the basics on how to clean this thoroughly. I haven't touched this trombone in a couple of weeks, so we're going to go ahead and start with lubricating your trombone slide. Now watch closely and listen carefully as I move the slide. If your hearing is very excellent and you heard a quiet scratching noise, that means the slide cream has dried out and it needs to be replaced. Right behind me I have a couple of supplies that should help us get started. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and start out by removing the entire slide. And we're just gonna go ahead and take either a wet rag, a wet t-shirt, or a wet paper towel, and then clean out the excess cream that was previously on the trombone and is currently dried out. Now once that's completely dried off, we're gonna go ahead and put on some TST trombone slide cream. This is made by the Holton company. It's really good. I've been using this cream for many years, and in fact I still have a good amount of it. Take this cap off. If you look inside, that is how the cream should look like. It is amazing how much cream is left over the years. That is because you actually don't need to use that much when you lubricate. So we're just gonna go ahead and take a finger dollop, just that much. Dry off the slide just a little bit. Make sure that it's still slightly wet. And then apply the cream. The cream is gonna go on both sides of a single pipe of the slide. And you're gonna go ahead and take your pointer finger and your thumb and then just rub the cream throughout the slide. The next what you're gonna do is that you're gonna take a spray bottle and then spray out the entire trombone. If you don't have a spray bottle, that's fine. You're gonna go ahead and take a different rag and paper towel, make sure it's clean, and then just go ahead and put in a few drops of water throughout the slide. Water helps support the cream in a much more sense to make it as smooth and more movable as possible. And once we put the slide back in, it should move more easily. And that's how you should lubricate your main trombone slide. Now, to lubricate the tuning slides on the trombone, usually when you're starting out, you would get either a Con or Vincent or a King trombone that only has one tuning slide. This is a trigger trombone, so it actually has two tuning slides. So this is the main tuning slide that you're gonna pull out right here. As you can see, it is really brown. and then the inside is actually really white. We'll get into that part a little later. We'll be using this main slide as an example. This is slide and cork grease made by Lem Black. What this slide does is actually takes away the sticking and the corrosion within any slide or within a mouthpiece cork. So you would just go ahead and take a small amount. First, you would go ahead and wet this. And then you're just gonna place the slide grease on the outer edges of your tuning slide. Just on the edges. This is not meant for lubrication. You're gonna take another dollop of the TST slide cream and do the same thing that you did with your trombone slide on the tuning slide. And it should be lubricated by now. Place more drops of water. Dry off your fingers of any excess cream and water. And then place it back into the trombone. The tuning slide is much easier to put back because you can see that one bore is bigger than the other one. So the small bore is gonna go on the outer end and the big bore is gonna go in this end. It's gonna be a tight squeeze and slightly difficult to get in, and it should be able to move more freely. That's what you do for lubricating a trombone. Now, to maintain and clean out a trombone entirely. After you play, it's always best to clean out your mouthpiece with a snake, much like this. I haven't played today yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and take the mouthpiece and the snake. You're gonna run it down with warm water and then just run the snake down just like that. Easy. And this can be done with any mouthpiece. Now, when you go ahead and clean out the trombone itself, usually it pertains to what goes on in the inside. As you can see, as I stated earlier, in the tuning slide is actually very white. In my defense, I have not cleaned out this trombone in about a year. That is a matter of bad instrumental care. You have to, it's best to run your trombone down in a bathtub if possible, because a bathtub is the biggest thing that we could use for a trombone. And then just give it a bath in warm water and dish soap, and then run it in for as long as you think it should. Usually, when I cleaned my trombone last, I run it down for about an hour at least, 2 hours max. Because if you leave it in for too long, or if you use if the water is not at room temp, it's going to damage the instrument itself. As you can see with the way that the trombone looks on these spots right here, this is due to hot water and overuse of bath time for the trombone. It's always good to give it a bath apart rather than as one piece. And then after being soaked in an hour for about or so in the bath, you're gonna go ahead and use either a long snake, which is provided with a kit that beginning performers use, or beginning students. The only thing that does not come with it is a cleaning rod, which is this. It is about a 2-foot long pipe that almost looks somewhat like a needle and a snake put together, because it has the end of a snake on one side, but the end of a needle on another side. To clean out the trombone and drying it out, you're actually going to take the needle end and you're going to go ahead and stick either a plain white t-shirt, an old clean rag, or you can go ahead and go to Joann's or Michael's and get a yard's worth of either chiffon, silk, or soft fabric, and place it through the needle end, and then just wrap it around the snake. And then you're gonna go ahead and take the trombone and then just insert it with ease. I'm not actually inserting it since it's not wrapped, because it will damage the inside of the trombone. And then just do it like so. Consistency is one of the keys for doing instrument maintenance. When I do maintenance on my trombone, I give it a bath at least once a month within the warm water and 1 to 2 hour ratio. And then I lubricate the trombone at least every few days, actually. The slide cream is good up to 2 to 3 days, at least as I've seen in my opinion. You would just have to spray the bottle, use a spray bottle and spray the slide ever so often if you do not replace the cream immediately. It's also best to lubricate your slides immediately before a performance, so you can get the best possible outcome within your trombone slide. I don't have my marching baritone today, but it is more or less the same process. You have to clean out all the slides. The tuning slides. My apologies. And then unscrew the valves and give it the bath around the same ratio. However, because my marching baritone is owned by the University of Central Florida, I don't have to do that. They do that stuff for me if they so choose to. Or if I request it, they give me resources on how to do it and be sure that I do it properly, so I don't have to pay a damage fee if I did something wrong with the instrument. Well, that's all I have for you today on instrument care and maintenance. And I hope you all find this video informative.